The Enterprise. Show me the bridge of the Enterprise, you chattering piece of...
There have been 5 Federation ships with that name. Please specify by registry number.
NCC-1701. No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Alright, so here's what I think. This is my favorite out of the ships released so far anyway. I don't know, the Enterprise D is really cool, but I don't know, I kind of enjoy the original series Enterprise a little more, I think. I don't know if it's the thing, because I don't know, I really enjoy the original Enterprise. That's just me. We got it with the running lights on, I guess you could call it, with the flashing port and starboard lights there, and I'm not sure it's gonna turn on the video, but like in person, you get this nice dimming effect on the nacelles, on the Bussard collectors on there. But on the video, you get a flicker effect whenever it dims and brightens back up. But in real life, with just my eyeballs looking at it, you can just see the LEDs dim and come back. So it doesn't have that flicker effect. It's only on the only through the camera there. So kind of neat. It's got the light on the underside as well. There. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the only real complaint I have about this is kind of like the way they did the, I don't know, sculpt or molding. They did it where this top part fits inside the bottom part, so you get the seam all the way around the edge there, and it kind of sucks. I mean, right here it's not so bad through here for the most part, but then it has like big gaps and stuff. If they just made sure that closed up a little bit tighter, or if they had done the gap on the bottom side, that and the fact that you can change out this bottom part here with the stand, and I'll take my stand out and talk about it later. You can change out the bottom part there, where you have, I don't know if anybody else showed this on some of the reviews here of late, but you have another panel that you go in and doesn't have the hole for the stand in it. Then you can hang this thing up by the ceiling, by some fishing line or whatever, you know, and you got an unmolested Enterprise, except you still have a hole where the screw is. So it's kind of like, why even bother if you're not going to fix all of it? I mean, they went through and they plugged all the screw holes in on the side. Like on this side, you got the screw holes there and stuff. And this side of the mold doesn't have it, of course. And you got a pretty big chunky, I don't know, line going around where this goes into the aft section there. Nice big chunky square. So you know, just those two areas, the saucer, and then here, and then here. I guess 3 areas. Wish they could have made those fit a little bit nicer, or have done something a little bit different. Here's the panel thing again, just to show, and then yeah. But I don't know, still a pretty cool little ship. I mean, I don't even mind so much that the button, the entire bridge section, or top of the dome here, is the button, and so you get a huge groove around there too, which I don't mind that so much. I mean, I think they could have made this part the button on the bottom, like the ring portion, because it kind of sticks out anyway. They could have done that, and made this all one piece, or a tighter fitting piece. I don't know, it's just like a fit thing. I used to build a lot of models, including the old AMT Ertl Enterprise, and I don't know if that ship even exists anymore, but like, I took so much care in trying to hide all these stupid lines and stuff, and then these guys come along with a $50 toy and kind of skip out. But I mean, you know, sitting on the shelf, you know, where it's not right in your face, it's not too bad. I don't really notice. I do like all the paint. All the paint's really nice and crisp, like all the lettering, the windows, even though these are kind of, there it goes. And this stand's getting kind of floppy here underneath these lights. But like all the little lines are nice and crisp and stuff. I may have to change my settings on the camera here, but you kind of get the idea. You know, nice paint in there. Has like the vents on the struts are different shade of gray. You've got the green light on the back, which I'm not sure, does that thing light up when you do the... No, it doesn't. Does this just not light up? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just there as a... just there. I don't ever remember that thing lighting up. Huh. Not sure. Yeah, but all the paint details, the impulse engines, you got the little squares in there on the engines. You got the little balls there on the back, which this is the production version. The pilot, I believe, had the solid maroon colored domes with the spikes, and it had a different set of engines. It had like a there's a flat line that went through here. It wasn't this weird scallop thing, and then it had a bunch of little dashes in there. It wasn't a ball. It was like these little vents. So that's different from the production. And I think, I mean the pilot. And I think like the second pilot, like I think there's 3 versions of the ship. There's like the pilot, the second pilot, and then production. And I want to say the second pilot had the same front collectors as this one, but it had the weird vent things in the back. Something like that. There was like a hybrid in there, I believe. I'm not really sure. I just know that they did a pilot. The one that had, was it Captain Pike was the captain, and then they redid it and did a pilot with Kirk and Spock and everybody. But that one wasn't aired either. And then they went through and did the Kirk and Spock, you know, regular series you're all familiar with. And so I think there was a model for each one of those, which the first one was a little bit different, especially the engines and stuff. I think the dome, can't remember if the dome for sure was different on that. I do have an example of it and stuff, which I'm not showing this video, but I do have another Enterprise that has some changes. But yeah, and this is the production version, and it says so right on the instruction sheet, right there, and it says this is the 40th anniversary issue. So I've had this one for a while. But yeah, I mean, other than the fit and everything, like I don't really complain about the stand. The stand itself isn't that bad. Let me show you an example of the stand they should have used as soon as I find it. I'm trying to do this in all one take, so here we go. This is a stand they should have made, or should have used. This is the one from the movie Enterprise. And the reason I say that is because the only part that's really floppy on this is because they did this one piece of plastic up there, which is cool, looks neat, but it's not structurally sound, so you get this nice little floppy Enterprise going on there, you know, waggle, 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 waggle. And they could have done something like this, but that's totally sturdy. And then it also would have given a little more support for this ball. And the way they did their stand is they've done it also on the Diamond Select Art Asylum ones, where you have the ball that snaps into the ship. They did that on the A version, I believe. But this version of the stand is probably my, I don't know, it's not that bad, but it's not my favorite. So we'll look at the stand real quick, because it's always like a big pain in the butt. But here you go, right here. It's 2 parts. You have a nice Starfleet emblem. Actually, Star Trek, that's the Star Trek emblem. Starfleet is this, and then these emblems change in the middle. It took me years before I figured that out. There's like a medical and a science and command, and each ship has its own version. And then you have like this little floppy part here. This is the part that's floppy, and it snaps in there. And it just, there's like a groove, and it just snaps in. And that's it. And it's okay, it does its purpose, but it's just too floppy. If they'd had 2 pieces, or if they'd made this thicker, or I don't know, it should have been just a little bit different. Now, I don't know if you can tell on this one, if I can even pull it off the ball. I'm going to try. But mine has like had such a catastrophic failure that the casing is cracked. Like the ball, the part that actually the ball fits in, that's inside of this casing, is intact. So I still got full movement and all that. But there's an outer casing. It's made of a slightly more harder plastic. It's like it's cracked, and it's taken me layers and layers and layers of super glue to get it to hold together. I mean, I'm probably gonna keep on layering it, and then I'll probably like sand it down, and then put some like future floor polish or something on there, and it'll look a little bit better. But right now, it just looks like butt. Then one of the other features of this thing is the sounds and all that, because you get the lights and all that. I already showed. And then click it once for off. And that's cool. Kirk Enterprise with the communicator. Let's not get up to speed there. Cool. All weapons to full power. Transporter. That's like the full transporter. Got the klaxon going off there. Which one? Torpedoes. Phasers. With an explosion. And then back to the thing. So, for what it is, it's not too bad. I mean, came out as what, $50? And that's what I paid for it. And I'm happy with it. We'll talk about some of the other shortcomings in some of the other videos as far as scaling and all that. It's supposed to be a, in real life, she's supposed to be 289 meters. Alright, so keep that in mind. And the Enterprise D is supposed to be a massive 641 meters. So, in essence, this ship should basically be the same size as engineering section. So as you can see here, and you'll see a lot better once I actually pull back. This right here should be about the full length of the Constitution, the original Constitution Enterprise. And the refit isn't much bigger. It's slightly bigger. It's like, this is what did I say, 289? And then I think in the refit is like 305 meters. Right? So this should be the maximum length, from tip to tail here of the D engineering section. Should be the max of the total length of this thing, and so that's where your scaling problem is. I was kind of hoping that the Johnny Lightning ones were in scale with the with Enterprise, and I was thinking they're a little bit bigger, but yeah, they're too small too. So I guess I don't have one. I guess the probably the Hot Wheels larger scale Star Trek Enterprise A, Enterprise 1701, whatever. I think those are probably the closest thing to be in scale with the D. So that's my only real complaint, is I wish that all these ships were in scale with each other. I mean, I would like to have seen a compromise where they made the Enterprise D just a little bit bigger, and they made the original one just a little bit smaller, and made these like around, I don't know, like $30, and made this around $60, something like that, and had them in scale to each other. For me, that would have been perfect, because then the Sovereign class which is the Enterprise E, isn't much bigger than the D. I mean, the D is, what did I say, 641, and the Sovereign class E is like 665. I can't see my computer from here. 685. Yeah. So, and it's not that much. It's just a difference of dimension. Basically, it's taking this section and turning it that way, and that's basically the difference you have in the shape of the E, right? It's like, because this thing is so, whoop. Oh, I guess we had to dock. But yeah, the scaling they totally could have done. I mean, considering this is a collector's line and all that, they totally could have done it. But anyway, that's my only real complaint about the whole line, is the scaling could have been better. The Enterprise here could have had some better, stuff with the gaps. It's a production toy, and you get back about that far and it's fine. You don't really even notice. So there we go. For my ratings, You know what? I'll give it about an 8 out of 10. The stand takes off a point because it could have been done a lot better. And like the first few issues, or the first few ships they came up with, everybody's having problems with the stands, and they've actually gotten better. So that's cool. But then the gaps and stuff kind of bother me. So that's another point. So 8 out of 10, not bad. Get one? Absolutely. I'm going to try to get the HD one. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm trying to figure out what the exact better prices with tax and shipping and all that. Because like one guy has it for $49, one has it for $54, and it's like, well, what's your shipping? What's your, and so I'm trying to work it out. But anyway, I would definitely not hesitate in getting one. Either this, and I'm sure the HD one is a little bit better. It has a little more detailing in it, based more off the computer model from the redone original series. So do not hold off. I mean, if you're a Star Trek fan, haven't got one of these yet, I'm totally surprised. If you're not a Star Trek fan, but you're a Starship fan, I don't know. If you haven't gotten one yet, get one. That's my final verdict on this guy. This is going to be some bonus content on one of my other Star Trek videos. And now that I've got all my Lego base plates falling over, move those out of the way. Alright, so finally got the stands out, and I got all my doggone Star Trek ships. You can see the small saucer stand. Put those one in front of the other. You can kind of see the size difference there. I got it finally balanced on this stand. It's like, I don't know, it's not too bad. Like I've seen people complain because the front end was coming down like a fat chick's top in a tank top falling down without a bra. I don't have a good analogy, but yeah, I mean, mine sits on there pretty good. So yeah, and people talking about like the new release has got the windows on the neck portion. Like I'm missing windows all through this right here. But really, I mean, my viewing angle for this thing is like right about that usually when I have it on the shelf. When I had it on the shelf, it's been packed away. So I'm not gonna notice it. When I had it angled, I mean, it's right there in the shadow, so I don't really notice the things. But anyway, just want to show you the stands. I know everybody else had the stands out and stuff. You can see all the dust and crap in there, and all the dust on my table because it's been a little while since I filmed anything. But yeah, there we go. There's my stands. Let me see if I can't separate them real quick, and we'll show them on the separate doggone magnet. Well, it's a little late now, isn't it? Prepare. It's already separated. You goob. Put this in here. So we got that section there. And on my instructions, this will come into focus. It says there's a plug. This is the first edition, D. It says there's a plug that goes in the captain's yacht there. But I don't ever remember having one. So if somebody has this one and has the plug, send me a picture of it so maybe I can look in my little parts box. Maybe I do have it. Well, there it is on the stands. There you go. Just some bonus content. Wasn't going to do a whole nother video just for this stuff. Just want to show everybody the stuff on the thing there. My doggone stands. I got so much crap out right now. I'm still working on my shelves, and new stuff's coming in, and stuff's going out, and just super busy. But anyway, there we go.